Well, welcome back. Real estate mogul and entrepreneur Grant Cardone hoping to change the game of investing with new plans to combine cryptocurrency and real estate into one vehicle. Cardone also looking to take his company public this year while holding the largest corporate Bitcoin treasury. Joining me now, the man himself, Cardone Capital and Cardone Training CEO Grant Cardone. Grant, great to see you. Welcome back.
Always good to be with you.
So how do you combine real estate with crypto? Tell us your plans.
Yeah, so we're basically taking large real estate complexes that have income on them and combining them with Bitcoin to give us a situation where we have both liquidity and illiquidity. The Bitcoin doesn't cash flow, Maria, as you know, but the housing does, and it's one of the lowest sharp scores in the world is apartment complexes. That's why so many insurance companies, very, very stable asset class, a way to protect your capital and get cash flow. And then you combine it with Bitcoin that is very volatile and very liquid. You get something that would normally do 12 or 14% that could potentially do 35% a year and be a very safe investment.
So, I mean, we're about to talk with the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, and I'm going to ask him to lay out how digital assets will change and change the way people handle money. What do you think the future looks like when it comes to crypto and digital assets as the Senate and the House try to zero in on the regulatory framework around this new world?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, Maria, President Trump and the administration is very aggressively looking at how the American people can have their money, their financial system stable and doing well for them, both in tokens and Bitcoin and the cryptos and also in housing. They were in my offices this week asking, hey, how can we loosen up this housing situation before Jerome Powell leaves in May. And also the tokens came up. And so, you know, the banks are fighting back on Coinbase, providing a yield on tokens. I think and believe, and Larry Fink has said this as well, all assets will be tokenized in the future. We're looking at actually both going public with our Bitcoin real estate strategy and then tokenizing the real assets themselves and having both a public company and a tokenization. So this has happened. I'm 67 years old. It's a new world of finance. For all of you seniors out there or older people, look, the world is going to change in finance just like it did in cars and phones.
Well, what does that mean when you say, because I think that's what Coinbase believes as well, that all markets are going to be tokenized. What do you mean by that? How does that work? We'll get a piece of one share, a token of one piece?
Yeah.
How does that work?
So imagine we just did a large project, Maria. It was a $366 million project. We bought it from Blackstone out of bankruptcy. We would take, and if we wanted to, just for keep it simple, we would turn that into 366 million tokens. So imagine someone in Canada or Costa Rica or Singapore wanted to be part of Grant Cardone's real estate Bitcoin hybrid, but they can't do it because they don't have access to either the deal, the fund, they don't live in the United States, or they don't have $200,000. Well, they can now with $1 a position in that fund because the coin allows me to fractionalize the investment down to tiny pieces that that basically democratize great investments for the regular everyday person that's not involved in the stock market because of their financial ability or inability.
Well, the president has lots of plans to try to make housing more affordable. He's pushing to lower mortgage rates, making it more affordable to actually buy a home. And we just spoke with White House Economic Council Director Kevin Hassett. He broke news to me, telling me that the president is going to announce this next week. His plan will allow Americans to tap into their 401ks to buy a home. He'll also make an announcement in Davos about it. And I'll be speaking with the president while he is in Switzerland next week in my special interview talking about all of this. But mortgage rates came in at a 3-year low as of January 8th, 6.16% on a 30-year fixed, after the president urged Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to buy $200 billion worth of mortgage bonds.
Yeah.
Grant, are you expecting mortgage rates to move lower in the coming year?
Three things, Maria. One is mortgage rates have already moved 20% downward, and Donald Trump should be given credit for that. Also, the spreads. People should be looking for spreads. Those people that are looking to buy a home, the spreads are starting to collapse because the volume's increasing. The spread is the difference between the 10-year Treasury and the actual cost of the mortgage. Also, they were in our offices on Monday saying, "Hey, do you have any ideas? President Trump really wants to loosen up the housing market." I said, "Yeah, look, you got 2 million homes for sale right now. The new homes are selling for less than the existing homes. Why don't you guys look at taking capital gains and extending that from 500,000 to 5 million? That means most Americans would sell their home, not super rich people, but most Americans would sell their home with no capital gains. That needs to be expanded at some point. And then number two, extend the 100% bonus depreciation that I know Trump loves. He loves this idea.
Extend the bonus it's going to have a big impact, by the way. You're seeing companies right now trying to write off everything. They can write off, equipment. They can write off a whole host of things that was not possible before. That's going to be huge in terms of the impact on earnings.
Yes. So why not extend it to you, to the single-family home buyer? Right now, you write your house over 27 years. Why not just reduce it to the first 27 months? Okay. It would be a huge thing.
Yeah, that is. I agree with you. That would be big. Grant, I got to switch gears and ask you about you're a California guy. I mean, much of Malibu, California is still not cleaned up after the series of devastating wildfires. It includes 2018's Woolsey fire, last year Pacific Palisades fire. What's your reaction? Are you still there? What can you tell us?
Well, 12 months. Yeah, it's been a full 12 months. They still will not allow me to fix my home. Okay, my home suffered smoke damage, fire damage. It's the last standing house on Carbon Beach. There was 18 homes to the east of me. I'm sorry, to the west of me that were damaged. 80 homes to the east of me that were completely burnt to the ground. Now, there's nothing there except for my one house standing that suffered some damage, probably 30% damage, and they will not allow me to fix my own home. So I think we're just going to get permits this week to finally go in and start covering it up, fixing the roof and the side. But if they won't let you fix a home that you own, you actually don't own the home. And
why won't they let you fix it?
Well, a series of crazy reasons that you probably don't even want to bore your listeners with, because none of them make sense.
All right.
One of which,
go ahead. Real quick.
If you want to hear, if you've got time for pure insanity, they want me to raise my house 6 inches and spend $45 million more than it costs to fix the house.
I see. Okay. I got you. All right. Grant will be watching. Wow. Good to see you this morning, sir. Grant Cardone.
Always good to see you. You look great, Maria.
Thank you so much. Congrats on that IPO. When are you going to take the company public? Real quick.
It should happen this year.
All right. We'll be watching. Good to see you. Grant Cardone. We'll be right back with the CEO of Coinbase. Stay with us.